All right, so this is like a critical thinking exercise. Now I want to understand what information could you learn to persuade you move to this line.
Yes.
What made you move there? Perfect. So my name is Reed. Nice to meet you guys. What's your name?
Gustavo.
Gustavo and
MJ.
MJ. Gotcha. So you guys can stand on the neutral. That's where you can start out.
Okay.
And the gender-affirming care should be accessible to anyone who asks for it. I think, wait, before we move, what's a good definition of gender-affirming care? What does that involve?
How about, for the sake of discussion, we'll limit it to options that are medical. So nothing like clothes or hair or anything like that. It's purely medical options like hormone replacement therapy, surgery, etc.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yes.
Okay. Now that we know what that means, I'll count down from 3. On 0, just go to whatever level of agreement you are for that claim. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, 0. Slightly agree. All right. Gender-affirming care should be accessible to anyone who asks for it. Slightly agree. Why are you on this line?
He actually changed my mind. I said that it should be evaluated on a case-by-case basis. He pointed out that it would be inappropriate to do so. I actually agree with that. I think that I don't necessarily know if it should be set at like 18, but I do think that there are some instances, such as a child being very young, where, like, obviously you shouldn't take hormones at 11.
Gotcha. So, yeah, what was your reason?
For being slightly agree here, I agree that gender-affirming care should be accessible to anyone who asks for it. The reason I didn't go any further is because I believe in the age limits.
Yeah, so if anyone includes people below 18, where would you be? Strongly disagree. So if we revise the claim to gender-affirming care should be accessible to anyone above 18, you would be slightly agree?
I'd be in very strongly agree.
You'd be strongly agree. So, but let's just keep it as this.
Okay.
I think that's what so anyone, including people below 18, why are you here?
Oh, I'm not. I was over there. You told me this is for under 18.
This is for anyone.
Anyone. Okay.
Yeah, so this includes people below 18.
Okay, I'll be in a slightly disagree. The reason why I slightly disagree is because although I do believe it should be widely accessible, I believe in the age limits. And actually, I'm going to switch over.
Okay.
Because I feel like I very, 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 very strongly that it should not be anyone, but that should be certain limits. And one of those is age limits.
The anyone there could include people below 18, and that's
And that's not...
that's a huge factor for you?
Yes,
All right.
it is.
So if it includes anyone, and that means below 18, still this line?
I mean, I think because one of my friends is trans, and they attempted suicide at 13.
Okay.
I think that if gender-affirming care had been available to them, then they might not have. They're still alive, but.
So that's a reason to have it be available to anyone because it prevents suicide of
Yeah.
people who may be trans?
Yeah. Suicide prevention, yeah.
Suicide prevention reduces suicide.
Yeah.
Which is a benefit to trans people.
Yeah.
And yours is age limits. Any other reasons?
I think MJ said it before. It was it will reduce the probability of a person detransitioning. So if we put age limits on children, on the gender-affirming care, accessibility to gender-affirming care, then we would have reduced instances in which people who transition too early would want to go back to their original self, original gender. And so I think another reason for restricting reason why I'm on this side is because I feel like keeping in the age limits would decrease detransitioning.
Yeah. Did you understand that reason? Could you repeat that back?
Yeah, I get it. Would you consider decreasing the age limit to 16?
I would consider it, but no.
That was a short consideration. I mean, if we again, there are a lot of arguments for driving a car at 18 some of which I agree with, but if we could drive a car at 16, surely we can begin the process at 16.
Did that persuade you?
No. And the reason why is because although I agree with what you say, you could begin the process, start the process, I don't think the process should start with medical procedures right off the bat. And so I think the process could start changing clothes, opening up to people who you trust, your family particularly. So I think that's the start, but definitely not surgical processes.
All right, so this is like a critical thinking exercise. Now I want to understand what information could you learn to persuade you moved to this line.
Yes.
What made you move there?
Age limit.
Just an age limit thing.
The age limit, yeah.
Okay, so yeah. Hypothetically, what would you need to learn or find out to potentially move you one line that way? What information would you need to see?
Rates of detransitioning. So how many people who have transitioned successfully have either attempted or have detransitioned or have attempted to take their lives because they weren't able to detransition.
Okay. Is that a good confirmation criteria thing to move him that way? What do you think?
That was very good. I would also like to see the rate of... Gosh darn, I forgot. That was such a good point. I forgot my own point.
No worries. Anything else that would move you that way?
Oh, yeah. Long-term effects of hormones on the body. Because, I mean, that's gotta have an effect, right? And it's, like, that's part of the reason why I'm not on hormones yet, because I don't know what it's gonna do.
Uh-huh.
So...
Yeah, what's a good test?
I mean, we just, like... Trans people have existed since, have been documented since documentation has existed. There's, I mean, hell, I could point out Greek ones. But, like, like, modern gender therapy, like, the medical world changes every day, and every day there's new ways of transitioning, and we don't know the long-term effects of that. And I cannot help but be a little bit, like, I don't want to, Actually, you know what? No, take it back. I would gladly give up 5 years of my life if I could live the rest of my life as who I want to be, because I love my body enough to make it feel like a home.
You love your body enough to make it feel like a home. Okay. What could be the result of one of those longitudinal studies that would make you move that way?
I mean, I guess if it makes you die at 30,
Okay.
I'd be pretty sad about that, but past that, I think I'd be okay.
Okay. So we got some reasons on the board. Let's go to the board real quick. Feel free to review these reasons. I think you're both pretty strong on this being a strong reason. I want to say that's like is this a 10 out of 10 reason in terms of weight?
For me,
Okay.
I agree.
If that's a 10, you are on slightly agree. So there's some kind of weight to potentially these reasons. How much weight do these reasons have in your mind?
Also a 10.
Those are also a 10 each?
Yeah. Well, 10 total.
10
Because
total.
they're kind of the same reason.
10 total. So how much do you think for each?
I mean, they're
5
the
and
same.
5?
Yeah, 5 and 5. They're the same reason.
Oh yeah, that's an example of a benefit.
Yeah.
So okay. Great. Anything we needed to continue to discuss about this? Any questions I didn't ask?
I don't have any. We're good.
No, I think we could.
Awesome. Yeah, you have a question?
How much regret would you trade for how much suicide change?
Did you understand that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, according to Bentham, I mean, I don't know enough about Bentham.
I understand you are in a
but,
philosophy class.
I mean, I am not in a position as a human being to decide other human beings' fate for them. But, I mean, like, how much regret? It depends.
If we were able to reduce, by raising an age limit, for example, we were able to reduce regret by 10%. But raising the age limit increased suicide by 10%. Is that a fair trade?
Mathematically, yes. I don't think it is.
What do you think?
I would agree. I would agree. I would gladly take the reduction in suicide rates.
I would take that.
Yeah, I'd rather have that, and I'd rather have fewer people dying than fewer people regretting the decision.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you.
Sweet. That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
What'd y'all think? Any feedback?
That's cool.
Yep.
This is great.
We've been keeping strictly neutral. You can ask us questions now if you want to.
If you feel like it. You don't have, yeah, whatever.
I had a question, but I forgot it.
Then I have a question for you. How neutral have we been? Do you have any opinion as to our positions?
I could not tell.
Thank you. You say the nicest things.
Yeah, couldn't tell.
We like to give away these little squishy puzzle piece toys. Feel free to take a color. If you want the same color, we can get more if you want.
It's all right. This is tight. Thank
Sweet.
you.
We'll be here Wednesdays. Would love to have you back to discuss more stuff.
Yes.
Wednesdays. Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. Great speaking with you.
Thank you. Have a great day.